I've been up and down the coast. Up and down a whole bunch of coasts my whole life. A lot of machine shops, engine yards, planes, boats, big boats. You could say I was a born fixer, a can-do man. The bosses point me at a problem, they know it's gonna get fixed. I'll find a way. Their spirit doesn't break easy, the sea beasts. Spending more time working them over than seeing to the planes. They're about as resilient and twice as stubborn. The sea breeds things tough, scours out weakness. That's how it works. So I really have to go to town with the power tools. This storm, everything in it, it'll pass. That's the straight truth. And you know you can believe it because I'm all about certainty. Goes with my line of work. A certain method and certain results. No one wants to put their life or money in the hands of a betting man. My advice, and you can take it on board or not, is to learn what you can from this. Because this is a learning experience, like a bulldog getting its first blooding. Bad times show you how far these people are willing to go. Show you a few home truths about yourself. Get ready to see a bunch of appeals to virtue overturned. Now, I won't be casting judgment on your actions. We're not so different, you and I. At the end of the day, we're fixers. We got a job to do. Come hell, come high water. Come hell out of high water. But spare the rod, spoil the abomination. These birds are all grounded to the fog lifts. Radios fritz. I ask you, what else for a man to keep himself occupied with? Not whittling wood, not while we're under invasion. So I've been siphoning off aviation fuel, using it for Greek fire. Lit 'em up and shit. They didn't like that. No school like the old school when it comes to warfare. Extreme measures are timeless. Speaking of such, pray you're out of here before the higher powers do so unto this whole island. Oh, you don't think they have that plan? Drop the bombs and sow the salt. An infamous land where nothing may be built for all time. In my experience, there's nothing in the world that won't yield with the right tools applied to it. Just might be my mantra. You gotta take pleasure in what you do, don't you agree? That's important. Identify the problem, enact the solution, and reap the rewards of a job well done. Look, I don't mean to sermonize. I bet people are lining up to tell you what to believe, what rules you should follow, what morality they define. But if you can't find pleasure in acting it out, somebody with your assets could be there's another port out there for you. Keep it in mind.
Tango! Cash! Fresh meat! Couldn't tell you much about the day that goddamn fog rolled in. I remember seeing it out in the bay. Thick and dark, like pea soup. I went outside for a look-see, you know? And then everything went black. I woke up the next morning back in my trailer, splitting headache, like sharp things were crawling around inside my brain. Tango barking like crazy, and Cash staring at the door like something spooked him good out there. Something big and stinky. The fog took the whole town, or most of it, replaced them with Smurfs and Frankensteins. Now I call them Frankensteins on account of the movies, see? Dead men walking, get it? And the Smurfs, big blue bastards with spikes and claws, and those walking brains running the whole fucking freak show. Jeez, not that it made much of a difference around here. Town was filled with vermin and whores and devil worshippers long before that fog rolled in. I'm a genuine local. Grew up right here on Solomon Island, just south of town, at the Overlook Motel. Used to be nice down there. Red oaks in the forest, beautiful ocean view. Place all boarded up these days. Been that way since those guests just up and vanished. And those lights and knocking sounds at night. Screams. Word of mouth got round. People stopped coming. And we had to shut down. Now that whole business at the motel started when the Englishman disappeared. Never saw the man again. Left all his luggage and everything. Didn't even pay up. Wicker, I think his name was. I think it was Wicker. Yeah, his room smelled like cigarettes and booze and sulfur and English stuff, you know. And there was this sticky black stuff all over. I remember because I had to clean it up afterwards. By that point, my mama had had enough. What with Pa dying and all. And then Henry and Tom Dexter. So she left for Florida, said I had to fend for my own from now on. At least I had the scrapyard. Been running that ever since. Sure, you got your survivors back at the sheriff's office. That Bannerman lady, Andy, and that big guy, the outsider with the bike. What's his name? Elk? Deer? Gives a shit. Then there's Hawthorne, the pastor. That's not a man you should trust, let me tell you that. He's got Skeletors in his wardrobe. I'm telling you the truth. And that gypsy fortune teller, if she's still alive, the harlot, never slept with me. Slept with half the town, though, including the shrink, sheriff's husband, Bannerman. Hell, as for Norma, she's all right, but I feel a whole lot safer out here alone with my hounds. It's not the first time we've had an incident around these parts now. I've seen things, bad things, slimy things, things with 100 sharp teeth, 1,000 black eyes, and terrible thoughts that chew and claw their way into your brain so that it hurts like a motherfucker and makes your nose bleed and gives you terrible nightmares. And they stay there. They never, ever leave you. Everyone always told me I'd never amount to much. Except my mama and Tom. Tom Dexter's his name. Now he believed in me. Tom always believed in me. Then he died. Hey. Those fuckers back in town. They'll be howling a different tune when they watch me ride out of here. Waving my handkerchief, blowing exhaust up their tight assholes. Fuck you! They're gonna be sorry for treating me the way they did. Calling me a retard and bad-mouthing my mama. God bless her soul. They're gonna pay for what happened to Tom Dexter, I'll tell you that too. I swear on my life. I got a list for my bus. It's a short list for a short bus. God damn, I'm funny. It's got me on top, of course. They're my dogs. Norma, Mrs. Creed, she's on there. Andy, if he asks nicely with politeness. The widow Franklin, she's welcome to have a seat. And the Indian fella, Red. Yeah, maybe him too. And the rest of them, devil worshippers, whores, liars, and cheaters. They can watch the rest of us roll out of here, over the bridge and through the fog. They can rot in here until the day of judgment, until the day Exodus.